It's a great day. It's 102 days until we tip off. We couldn't be more excited. This has been an incredibly enjoyable experience coaching this group. We just finished week 6 of summer, and the guys are growing together. They're starting to understand what we're trying to accomplish, and they're making terrific strides. They've done a lot on the court and off the court. Our trip to Vegas was such a massive win. It was a really great experience for us, something that I think we look forward to making an annual event as long as that stays possible. The work the guys have done in the community has been elite with the Golisano Children's Hospital and the Ronald McDonald House and several other venues, and we have some really great events here the last 2 weeks before we break camp. Guys are doing great in school. We finished last semester with a 3.6, and we're well on our way to having a very similar output with this group. And so it's been good. We're learning how to do hard things. And so today was this week was a landmark week because we finally got all of our guys, our last guys, across the finish line with our conditioning test. So this summer we started with an incredibly demanding, intense conditioning test. It took a few of our guys multiple weeks. We had our last guy actually finish it this week, and as they each did, they earned their jersey. And so this has been a really special week to get everybody finally across that finish line. And it's been good to feel through our team. Our guys are understanding this concept of embracing hard things, that their limits are a lot farther than they imagine. And we're seeing great signs of that. So we're incredibly excited about moving forward. It's we got good stuff coming up. Jay rolls into town next week. We couldn't be more excited and optimistic about what he's going to bring with his leadership here, and it's good things ahead. Take questions.
Mark, do you have an update on Cam Williams?
Yeah, so Cam is, his recovery was going tremendously. He was able to actually play in the postseason. For us, was really helpful. Continue to progress and get better and better. And then he just stalled. The healing stalled a little bit when he was kind of in a 90% healed, and it started to regress. So he went and had another surgery. He's progressing great right now, and we have high confidence that we'll have him for the season.
Mark, you guys seem to have always, since you got here, I know you played here, kind of got the fan interaction thing. Yesterday, I think it was, or maybe the day before, you went to a fan's house that was the first season ticket renewal. Yeah. As you guys are trying to grow and have a phenomenal year and bring in players, how important is it to find that balance to continue to do that stuff and connect with the BBN at that level?
Well, it's really important, and it's one of the most enjoyable things we do. And so it was a fun experience. So I got to go visit with this week was the beginning of season ticket renewals, which is such it's a unique experience here at Kentucky. It's like nowhere else, and so I got to go visit a gentleman who was actually the first person of all of BBN to renew their tickets. And he sits up in section 213, so I'm actually staring straight at him from the sideline. And it was fun we actually had some interactions before that were unique and special, so it's pretty great.
Mark, do you feel like the roster is complete now? Do you know what you're going to do with that 15th?
Yeah, so I love our roster right now. I like the way the pieces fit. I like the versatility of our guys. I think we have depth because we have versatility. We've already seen that this summer as we've had some guys that have had to miss some time. And so I think we could function at a really high level. But we have a spot open. And so we're actively every day in conversations with everything from, international guys, reclass guys, still transfer portal guys, and then of course this looming fifth-year eligibility, which would bring a huge influx of talent into the recruitable pool right now. Some guys that could be game changers, and as we, like everybody else, wait to see how that works out. We're definitely holding this spot to see if there's something that can make us better. But I like this group right now. I'd go to battle this group in a second.
Mark, kind of given how much rosters change from season to season, do you think the NCAA needs to maybe revisit the amount of practices or just the amount of access coaches get to have the players in the summer, whether that's changing the foreign trip rule and allowing that to happen more frequently, or just actual number of practices in the summer?
Yep, so, I'm going to advocate for unlimited access to our guys all the time, unlimited games. There is one of the things that we're excited about potentially coming down the pipeline that we've been pushing for is, now we're allowed to take international trips every single year. We'd like to actually make that something that could be done domestically also. I think that would add, we're always trying to take up windows of time with college basketball in terms of the way we are in the public sphere. And I hope that change goes through. That would be unbelievable. The opportunities that we're exploring right now with that would be game changing. So I'm hopeful. I think, if you talk to the guys on our team, they would like more time on the court together and with us. They'd like more opportunities to play more games. Our staff feels the same way. I think that's probably a common theme throughout college basketball. So the more freedom we have to actually get work done, I think the better.
Mark, you're known as an offensive coach. Where is this team defensively, and what does an elite Mark Hope defense look like?
Yep. So, we were a good defensive team last year. We were a top 30 defensive team. This team it doesn't have the known commodity like an Otega Owe or a Mo Diabate that were known as elite level defensive players. What we do is we have a bunch of high IQ guys with a ton of length. And so I think that we have a chance. We'll say this all year long. Length is our strength. We have to make it our strength. I think we have the opportunity to be disruptive with our length. And so I think this team has a chance to be an absolutely terrific defensive team. It's something we're working on every single day.
Coach, you mentioned not having guys like Otega, not having guys like Mo. So how important is it to get Cam back into the lineup?
Well, Cam's a difference maker for us. And so I have every expectation he'll be back. It's been painful for him, literally and figuratively, to miss this summer. It's a big summer for him, but he's been incredibly active. He's coaching the guys from the sideline. He's been unbelievable. He's actually working the score clock, and there's been some controversy surrounding that, which has been delightful as our guys compete for wins. But he's important for us. He's shown to be way better than his raw numbers show in terms of his impact on the game, and he's a veteran voice for us. He'll be important to have back.
You mentioned about playing St. John possibly.
Yeah.
Is that getting closer to a reality?
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen this year, but I love that game. We won. We're 1-0, so I love all those games. I'd like to have all of those actually.
Mark, I know that you let Jay and I and the other people and the agents handle the NIL deals. Were you kind of hinting at something the other day with your video of the M&M of two of your players going at it there, Malachi and Milan? Is that something that you think should happen?
Well, I mean, listen, it's this. So this roster is confusing. When I'm drawing up plays, for example, sometimes I'll do 1 through 5 as I'm drawing something on the board, but a lot of times I'll do initials because we're kind of have a lead guard, wings, big vibe right now. It's a little bit different, and so it just is ever present because I'm MM and MM, and then we have Mikhail McLean. We got a whole lot of M's rolling around here. So, but those two guys have been working great together. They play off each other really well. They understand each other. They're going to be a formidable tandem as well as the other guys on our team.
Mark, you watched the Knicks win the NBA Finals first time in 53 years, and the way they played Was there anything you took away from how they played and their resiliency? You guys have had a lot of comeback wins that you think you can apply to this team coming into this year?
So listen, one, just the basketball world is better when the Knicks are great. It just is. It's been a long time, and growing up as a New Yorker, like it just is, you know, having had a chance to play with the Knicks, it is, you know, there's very few places like the Garden in the NBA in terms of when that team is good. It's so spectacular. And yeah, I mean, I think everybody watched that team and felt everybody in basketball, everybody that pays attention to sports could feel the collective, the synergy, you know, the sum of the parts being way more effective than each individual part. And I think it was easy to look at that team and see the bonds that they had on that team and how they loved each other and trusted each other and served each other and wanted to make each other better. And stylistically, there are a lot of things I love about watching the game too. So terrific, you know, so fun to see Cat do what he did and the rest of that group. It was pretty awesome.
Mark, you've been really snake-bit at the point guard position since you've been here. How do you feel about the depth of that spot right now?
I got a lot of lead guards. I love it, and they're good. They're really good, and it's been fun to watch them. You know, Zoom Diallo is a special individual. So I'll be very specific on this one. So Zoom was really under the weather yesterday. It's kind of been going through the team. He did not feel good. Wasn't sure if he was going to be able to practice, and he just went out. And not only did he practice yesterday, but like there was never, you know, you could tell he was feeling awful, but he would refuse to let that impact anything that happened. And it was a tough practice. It was a physical, full live play practice. And so he goes home, and I wake up early this morning, and I'm like, man, I wonder what am I going to get from Zoom today? You know, we don't practice, but we had a lift. The team had a lift and conditioning session this morning, and we had some film. And I'm like, what am I going to get? Is he going to be, is he going to be curled up in bed, just barely getting through? I walked into the office like 6:15 this morning, really wondering about who this kid is, and walked into my office, and the lights in the gym are on, and he's in a full sweat at 6:15 on his own, day after of being really, really under the weather, not asked by anybody to do it, but just because that's how dedicated is this deal. When you have a lead guard like that represents like that, you get pretty excited. And clearly we've talked a lot about Alex Wilkins. I think he has just his ceiling is really high. He's showing signs of actually being able to do some special things. And Mason Williams is way better than people give him credit for. He's got a chance to be special. So I think we got a good group.
The talking point among fans this offseason was kind of been comparing this year's team to your first team here. Kind of looking at them like, oh, the makeup is kind of similar to you. Agree with that?
Well, I think, I think we have, I do think we have, on that team we had some length, some positional length. I think we do with this group also. I think that team could really shoot it. This team can really shoot it. My goodness, we have a lot of weapons that way. I think that we might have a little bit more playmaking on this team. We're a little younger. Those would probably be the trade-offs. But this group's gonna be fun. This team is gonna be a team that's really easy to love and cheer for.
Sorry. You've been able to garner some momentum in recruiting, both portal and traditional. And I'm wondering, given your passion for this place and what it means, we hear the guys with the TBT team talking about it in hindsight. I'm wondering, in today's day and age with recruits, how much of that, with the BBN and the sacred piece of cloth and all, how much of that is relevant today to recruits, or is it more of a contemporary message when you're making your pitch, or a combination, I guess?
It's incredibly relevant to the guys that it's really relevant to. Is just really the answer. I mean, every recruit is a completely unique situation. And so there is a place for that, and it's got meaning. And it actually is important because for those guys that can grasp that, they actually embrace this place and understand the job better and are actually able to withstand some of the pressures better. when they have a feel for that. So it's something we talk about all the time. It's something that's really important. With some players, it really, really resonates with. Some players have come here and been great where it didn't resonate with until they were here. So it's always going to be an integral part of Kentucky and always be a part of the messaging that we do. But for some guys, it's going to push them over the edge, and some guys, it's going to scare them away, and some guys, it's going to be a little bit neutral until they get to experience. What I will tell you is with 100% of the guys, once they get here and they put on this jersey and they experience this, it stays with them forever. So that definitely will never change.
Do you gravitate toward recruits who you think it might be more relevant to them?
I do. It's not exclusive, but I think when you find guys like that, I think they have a chance to really withstand the pressure here, to embrace the bright lights of this place, this incredible platform, and respect what this place is. So certainly, when I find guys that understand that, that's meaningful to us. But we've also had great players come here that didn't really have any of that. They just learned it when they got here.
To piggyback off Dick's question, yesterday Alex Wilkins told us that was one of the things that really attracted him, that he loves to play under pressure. Did you pick that up from him in your discussions?
Yeah, he's pretty fearless. He wants it. Like he wants the challenge. I think we have that. I think we have that feel on our team right now. I think we have some guys, and Alex is definitely one of them that is. I really believe this is true, and this has been a thought that I've had, and Mark Daigneault put it into words, and I thought it was really good. Winners fail, losers hide. I think that's so eloquent, and I think we have a bunch of guys that are like winners fail, like not scared to fail, but never gonna hide. Like they kind of want to go take on the biggest challenge. I think that's how our guys feel, and Alex is 100% of that. Like he wants to go run into the fire and see what he's made of and test himself and see how he can grow. I think that's a feel on our team right now.
Mark,
guys having to earn their jerseys, is that something you've done for the 3 years here? Or is that
That was a first this year, and I like it. I like to feel a lot of credit to Randy Towner and Brandon Wells for orchestrating that. I like to feel, and our guys, we put them under incredible duress, and we had guys fail this conditioning test over and over and over until they could make it, and they were coming to practice without a jersey. And then we had a little, just a 30-second ceremony every time a guy earned his jersey, and it means something, and we should earn this. I think it's a healthy thing for all of us, and especially these young guys, to have something in front of them that they have to go earn. We're not going to shortcut it. Their teammates can't save them. They actually have to go past this test in order to put on a jersey. And I think it's everything that we believe in.
Mark, how confident are you in the weekend capacity of your roster?
Yeah, we are not the girthiest roster in America, and that's been a trend in college basketball. We are really long. And so it's going to depend on our space and our pace and our intensity. I do think we are going to be capable of being a lead on the glass, but we're going to do it a little bit different way.
A guy who is the opposite of maybe the rest of the team, Justin, just wanted to get your thoughts on him. I kind of see him as that motivator.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get your opinions on him.
Yeah, Justin is he's got a big body, and he's got an inherent physicality that's going to be really important for us this year. He's got a really impressive skill set on the offensive side. He's really shot it well for us. He's been great off the bounce. His decision making's been good. He is like a sieve. He wants to learn. He's humble. He wants to learn, and he wants to figure out how to do it better. We've missed him for the last. We had a pretty intense viral illness. We've missed him the last, week or so, 10 days. But he's going to be really important to us. I think he's got potential to bring some physicality to this team that we're going to need in moments.
We talked a lot about this conditioning test and how toughness in the players. Not him to go out and the fact that he got a little bit of a heads up from his brother.
Yeah.
That he said he passed the test on his first try.
Well, I think Zion was especially happy that he passed it before Braden did. Zion has been absolutely terrific for us. He is he's smart and he's a good basketball player and he is in it every single day. He's been really, really good for us. He fits here. He's gonna help us. He really is. Like, I don't know how much he's gonna help us win on the court in games. That remains to be seen. But he's helping us right now. Yeah, he's 0-1. Just so no. Whoa. Get Frank in here. Okay, let's verify this. Fact check. Come on. Frank is really important to us. He is, and he, on the court, he's one of the elite rim protectors in the country, and he plays with a passion that is intoxicating. It's one of the reasons why he spent so much of his career injured, is because he just plays with reckless abandon. He's also really mature. He just got his master's degree in cybersecurity. I don't even know what those words mean. So, and he is an old soul. He's a veteran guy, experienced guy, and he's already brought a lot to our team. He's going to be really important. He's going to be really important for Malachi and Reese. Really important. He's one of those guys that is very comfortable holding guys accountable, and that's going to be important for us. And he's going to be really, really important for us on the court too. So he's a big piece.
After on so like how beneficial it is for Uzman to do all these workouts?
Well, it's been beneficial for him and for me. So we have a very clear vision now 6 weeks in about some of the spaces where he can be great for us and some of the places where he needs to make massive progress in order for him to be great for us. So it's also just been good for him to be with the team, to be around our guys. And he actually has a tremendous personality. We were actually, he's pretty quiet until he's not. And when he's not, right? And so we were actually at a recruiting dinner. This is several weeks ago. And I was sitting at the table, and we started talking about football or soccer, depending on what country that you call it. And the passion that came out of him was beautiful. He is actually he's a pretty special kid, and he's got a chance to be an elite level player. He has a lot of work he has to do to get there, but he has.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you, guys.